All right, so good morning, everybody. We are going to use a bunch of props today. As you can. If you don't have a bunch, don't worry about it. Things like blanket, pillow, blocks. We're going to do a little bit of a warm up. And then we're going to do some yin yoga, which means we're going to chill out, which just seems kind of appropriate for this time of year, right? Christmas holidays, New Year's coming up rather quickly. And I thought I would start, we are going to start laying down, by the way, and have a strap near you. I'm going to sit up just so I can read something. So lay down however you're comfortable and just relax for a moment here. Just find your body really comfortable. Excuse me. And I want to read something called Being Here by Mark Nepo. And some people say Nepo, some people say Nepo. I'm not sure which one is correct. I should know. I love him. All right. He says, transcending down into the ground of things is akin to sweeping the leaves that cover a path. There will always be more leaves. And the heart of the journey, the heart of our awakening, is to discover for ourselves that the leaves are not the ground, and that sweeping them aside will reveal a path. And finally, to fully live, we must take the path and keep sweeping it. So I love that quote by Mark, because it reminds me that kind of like the work is never done and yet life is never done, and there might always be more layers, but that's what it is, right? It is the essence of living and of discovering who we truly are. Somebody else said that becoming ourselves, I'm paraphrasing here, but becoming ourselves is not about adding more in, but removing what is not who we are, so that we can reveal who we truly are. So I love all that. Love all that. Good reminder. So we start by just finding our breath, coming down to the floor. Your legs, excuse me, your legs are either straight or they're bent. But whichever way you choose, see if you can find a nice relaxation here. The shoulders melt down to the floor, the back of the head, the neck really comfortable, the jaw soft. We take a moment here, not just because of the holidays, but because our lives can get so busy. We can fill our lives, our days, our moments up with all the minutia of daily life. And sometimes we forget to pause and take a breath and appreciate the miracle of everything around us. And so we pause here to appreciate the miracle that is all around us. Our breath, the fresh air, the people in our lives who we love, the challenges even. We feel that deep breath fill our bellies, and we feel it exhale out. And then if your knees are bent and you're okay, go ahead and straighten the legs. Let the feet come all the way to the edge of your mat, the front edge of your mat, and then take the arms overhead and don't change anything else for a moment. For me, I have my palms face up. My hands, backs of my hands are resting on the floor. If that is not easy for you, go ahead and bend the elbows as much as you need to so that the shoulders are not being overtaxed, right? I don't want the arms hanging. But then don't reach, don't pull, don't lengthen, just allow your body to settle in this form. So it's a very grounded, passive stretch here as gravity takes hold and we feel the arms starting to stretch longer and get heavier. The ribs maybe are reaching up toward the ceiling. They'll softly start to come down to the floor. We find our breath here. And then lengthen your left leg as long as it'll go and lengthen your right arm as long as it will go. So opposite sides of the body. And then release those two sides. Go to the other side, left arm and right leg. Just stretch them out. And release, and then bring both arms as far overhead as you can. Maybe lift each heel of each foot and make the legs as long as you can. Even arch the back of the spine. So you're lifting the middle torso away from the floor. Just stretch, stretch, stretch. And on your exhale, press your back body toward the floor. It's not going to come down all the way, but just bring it down. And then inhale, let yourself arch. Exhale, bring it all back down toward the floor. Good. Two more right here. Inhale, big arch, big stretch. Exhale down. Good. Last one. Inhale, big arch of your spine. Exhale, let it go. And then take the arms to Cactus Pose if they're not already. Bend both knees. Let both feet come to the floor. Lengthen through your back body. So if you're overarched in your spine, you're going to let that go. Draw the shoulders down, draw the front low ribs down toward the floor. Take both feet off the floor. So your legs are at a relative 90-degree angle. Keep your upper body right where it is. Press your back into the floor, straighten your right leg. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna press your back into the floor, and you're gonna use your core to hold this pose. If it is really hard, lift the leg a little bit. Good, and switch. And when you switch and you notice your low back arching, draw it back to the floor. If it's really hard, bring the right knee closer to chest, which will make you round the back toward the floor a little bit more. Okay, so it's a little bit easier. Good, switch everybody. Press down, press down, press down. Upper body is just chilling and grounding. Good, one more switch. Breathe, press, press, press. Good, both knees bend. Once you find the knees bend, move the knees away from your body a little bit so that you feel your belly engage. Once again, I want you to press the back into the floor. Your upper body is relaxed. If your low back is chatty, you can take hands under your sacrum, that's fine. And I want you to tap your heels slowly as if you were marching in place. So here we go, right? So 1, keep pushing the belly button down. 3, 4, 5, keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring both knees to chest. Wrap your arms either around or underneath the knees and pause. And just feel that, right? Already a little bit of work happening, little bit of core work. You know me, and I find that legs, hips, glutes, core, really important for overall health. So let's do just a little bit more core work, and then we're gonna let that go. So knees go back to 90, hands are behind your head. We're going opposite elbow to opposite knee. So right elbow to left knee, lift up your torso, don't pull on your head, and switch. You don't have to touch your knee. It's not about that. It's about lifting your torso to meet the knee. Good, switching every time, switch, switch. And breathe, extending one leg out as you tap the other. That's it, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go right elbow to left knee and hold. Good, switch and hold, core work, don't pull on your head. And switch, hold. And switch, hold, we're almost done. Switch and hold, listen up. You're gonna take that right arm and extend it past your left outer knee. Breathe and then push your knee into your arm into your knee. Woo, yeah, right? Good, switch. Left elbow to right knee, extend the left arm, and then push the elbow into the knee and vice versa. Breathe and release. Bring your head down. Turn your head side to side. See, this is like delayed gratification. We know we're going to do some yin. We know we're going to do some chill. We're going to get the hard work out of the way first. All right, good. Last one here. Take your left leg up to the ceiling. Flex your foot. Tone your belly. Take that right leg. Extend it out so that it's a few inches off the floor. Your hands come down to your sides. Your palms press down. Here, all I want you to focus on is pressing that belly down to the floor. Press, press, press. Good. Relax your head, neck as much as you can. Find your breath. Extend the legs as long as it'll go. So if you can, straighten those knees. Straighten the knees. Keep pushing. Good. From here, I want you to lift your right leg a few inches. Breathe. I know. At any point that you need to bend one or both knees or just stop, go right ahead. It's okie dokie. Good. Bring the right foot up another inch or 2, 3. Keep pressing your back to the floor. Bring it up a little further. We're working our way to a leg straight up toward the ceiling, but we're taking our sweet little time. Good. Bring it up a little bit more. Little more, press, press, press. Now the low back is easily on the floor and take it straight up. Roll the shoulders to the floor, tone your little belly. Take the left leg until it's a few inches off the floor. Keep reaching with those legs. Remember, you can bend the knees if needed. Oh yeah, right. So how do we stay calm in the face of adversity? This could be adversity, right? This is not easy work. Take it up a few inches, hold. Feel your belly press down. Find your breath. Good, take it up a little bit more. See if you can keep that right leg lifting up toward the ceiling as if someone were pulling that heel of your foot up there. Good, take it up a few more. Press down, press down. Imagine there's something under your back and you don't want it to come out. Good, a little more, press down. I know, shake it out. You're almost there. Take that leg all the way up. Woo. Point your feet, just point. Leave the legs up and extended. Breathe. Flex your feet. Point. Flex. Good. One more big point. Big, big, big. And flex. Bend your knees. Bring them in toward chest. Good job, everybody. And then grab your strap. Take the strap around your left foot. Take that left foot up to the ceiling. Leave your right foot on the floor. Level out the hips and just feel this little hamstring stretch. So shimmy the strap so that it's right across the ball mound of your foot, right across it. And then draw it down. So you're going into deep flexion with that left foot. So you're getting a big stretch through the back of the ankle, right? The back of the heel, back calf muscle. Flex. See if you can have all your toes pointing in the same direction so the foot's not turned one way or the other. And then draw the back of the knee straight as best you can. Breathe. It's not about that foot coming up toward your toes. I know several of you that can bring it way forward. It's more about grounding, flexing, and straightening the knee. Good. Then shimmy the same strap down to the heel. Same thing. I want you to pull down strongly on the heel. See if you can straighten the leg. If you're still okay, go ahead and straighten the right leg to the floor. Notice if it substantially changes your stretch or your form. And if it does, maybe you bend that leg and keep the right foot back on the floor. Good. Soft left shoulder, just grounding that whole leg back into the hip socket. Release the strap. Take it off your foot. Tone your belly. Either your right leg is straight. If it's straight, it's grounded. If your knee's bent, press into your foot. And then to the count of 5, I want you to lower the left leg to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower all the way down. Ooh, and breathe. Feel the difference one side to the other. Bend both knees. Wrap the strap around your right foot. Pause here. Just feel it, right? Level out the foot. Inner ankle, outer ankle, both getting an even amount of stretch. Shimmy the strap up to the ball mound. Flex your foot. Draw that leg right into the hip socket. The right knee is straight. It's not hyperextended, it's straight. You know, I wonder sometimes I see, especially older people, they kind of shuffle, right? And the joints of both arms and legs don't really straighten all the way. And I do wonder about that, you know, whether it is habit or surgery or not getting up and moving enough. I'm really not sure, but I think it's important to extend through the joints, keep them in their full range of motion if you can. All right, shimmy that strap down to the ball mound. I'm sorry, down to the heel. Once again, drawing that strap straight down, the leg straight down. If and when you're ready, you're going to straighten the left leg. Try to ground that leg. Find your breath. Keep the shoulders headed toward the floor. Just notice the stretch. So a lot of yin, at least my version of yin, is just longer holds. Really getting into yin in itself is connective tissue stretch, less muscle, more connective tissue. So we're just skirting on the edges of those right now with these stretches. All right, release your strap. Fire up the left leg, whether it's the foot or the whole leg, and slowly lower the right to a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all the way to the floor. Whew, relax the legs for a moment. Walk both heels to the right edge of your mat, Both legs walk over there. Your torso stays in the middle, but your feet are to the right. And then shimmy your shoulders toward the right edge of your mat. Pause here. This is a little banana pose. My left arm is over my overhead, relaxed. My right arm is down to my side. And then just gently press the left hip back down to the floor. Feel the stretch on your left side body. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to cross your left ankle over your right, going into a little bit deeper version. And I want you to take a deep breath here. So, right, when we talk about stress, and especially around the holidays, it seems that we're going. This is your time. This is your time to relax a little bit, find your deeper stretches, allow your body to open up, and give yourself permission to not go a million miles a minute and wonder why we're tired, stressed, cranky, and in need of more coffee, right? So here we are. Like, yeah, I'm just going to sweep the leaves and reveal the path. It doesn't have to be more than that. All right, if your ankle is crossed, undo the ankle. Walk the feet back to the center of your mat. Release your left arm from overhead and shimmy your body back to center. And let's go right to the other side. So the heels walk over to the left. The shoulders shimmy toward the left. If you notice when you do that, that opposite hip in this case, the right hip really lifts off, try to level it back down toward the floor. If it still doesn't, I would lessen the curve of your body. And then right arm goes overhead, left arm goes down, your head, neck are relaxed. Maybe you take a deep breath here and just assess, how's this pose feel in your body? I first learned this pose during my yin training. And I found it really interesting to reveal some of the tight hidden spots inside body. If you're still okay, go ahead and cross right ankle over your left. You'll know pretty quickly if this is appropriate for you, because if it isn't, it'll just feel real funky. For lack of better description, it just won't feel right. You'll feel a little tweakiness in your back. And breathe. Just notice. Good. One more nice breath right here, everybody. And then undo the ankle if it's crossed. Shimmy the feet back to your center. Release the right arm. Bring your torso back. Find your breath. Bend both knees, both feet to the floor. Draw both knees to your chest. Reach through your reach your arms through your legs. Happy baby. So some, again, are going to be able to grab either your big toes with your two peace fingers or the outsides of your feet, and bring the soles of the feet toward the ceiling as if you were stepping on the ceiling. The knees are bent and drawing down toward the side body. Some of you are not going to be able to do this pose easily without overreaching your shoulders. And if that's the case, just grab your shins or grab your ankles or let the arms come behind the knees and feel that, right? So this is a hip stretch, obviously. Well, I think, obviously. Draw the sacrum back down to the floor. So I want you to reduce a little bit of the over rounding of the back. You may round some, but reduce some of that. And then let the arms, let the shoulders be heavy. Opening up through the hips. Relax your upper body. Your jaw should be slack, right? Your belly should be pretty soft. You're just pressing down the sacrum a little bit. And you're taking a nice deep breath. And you're feeling your belly and your body settle down toward your yoga mat. This is not a traditional yin pose that I am aware of. So we're just checking out the hips. We're breathing. We're noticing each exhale softening what can be softened. Good. To release out of this pose, either if you can reach your big toes, grab them. If you cannot, ankles, shins, we're going to keep the legs wide, but straighten the knees. That's all. Draw the shoulders down, let gravity take hold. That's it. Keep pressing the sacrum. Bring the legs together. Whew. Release your hands, bend your knees to chest. Roll the knees over to one side and come on up. Yeah, and just come to a nice, easy seated pose. I did warn you this will be a yin-ish class, so if you're getting a little sleepy, that's all right. Go with it, embrace it. Grab both of your blocks. Ideally, your legs are cross-legged. If that does not work for you, legs can be straight or bent. We're going to do some side stretches. So I just want you to be mindful of how that feels with the legs straight. Take one block in your left hand, I'm mirroring here, and just take it out to the side of the left side. Don't worry about the other one for now. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your left hand's going to come to your block or your left forearm or your left elbow, and you're going to stretch. Now, some of you have the block on medium. That's what I'm doing here, but you can lower the block too. We're just stretching the right side or your right side, my left side. Sometimes with my lefts and my rights, my brain gets quite confused. So just breathe here, everybody, and feel it. Let your head, neck be more comfortable, right? So don't hold it super tight. Just see if you can breathe into that whole right side. This is my left side, and it is always tighter than my right side. And so I just want to see what's going on here. If this stretch becomes easy, you can lower more and take that block a little bit deeper. You can play here with your angle. If you can, you're keeping the chest open. You can even bend your upper arm and let it rest on the top of your head. Just find that. Your right hip is descending toward the floor. That's it. And then inhale, start to straighten up, lift, lift, lift. Woo, yeah, feel that side body. Amazing, good. Let's go to the other side. Sometimes that is all it takes. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, take your hand to your block or your forearm or your elbow. Reach the other arm overhead. Just chill here. I'm not used to having my hair down. Oh, and just feel it again. Soften, soften. In traditional yin, what I know of yin yoga, we would do much longer holds. We're not doing super long holds today. We might go a little bit longer toward the end. But I just really want you to tap in. I want you to say, what happens to my body, but also to my mind, to my thoughts when I slow down? Can I stay focused where I am? Can I be in this moment, right? If you're feeling good and want to lower your block down, go ahead and do that. So you find that a bit more comfortable for me. Just going to relax my upper arm and let my side body do the work. All right, let's push up, lift up, lift up. Exhale it down. Good, roll it out. And then take both blocks in front of you. You're gonna take one hand to each block and find your long torso. If the crossed knees don't work, you can straighten them out. You can go wide here. Just watch your low backs. And when you're ready, I want you to slide the blocks out in front of you a little bit. Open up the shoulders, but soften them and snuggle back into the sit bones. And breathe. So here's where you're going to get a ton of options. And I want you to figure out what works for you. So some of you are going to lean forward and put your elbows on your blocks, and your back still feels marvelous here, and you can hang out here until the sun goes down. Some of you are going to be more upright, both hands on your block. And then others are going to stack your blocks so that one block is at the bottom, the other block is kind of diagonal. So you rest your forehead on your block and you just chill out here. Right? So where do you feel the stretch? Some of you won't need blocks at all, and you can just come on down and rest your forehead on your hands. And breathe. If, by the way, this pose does not work for you with crossed legs, but you can do child's pose, that works really well here. Or your legs are out at an angle and you're finding the pose there. And maybe just inquire about how often you give yourself permission to slow down and breathe. I'm going to sit up just so I can chit chat. Right? How often do you give yourself permission to slow down? For most of December, I was feeling like a hamster on a hamster wheel. I was running from place to place, thing to thing, trying to get everything done. And about 2 days ago, I stopped. So yes, I'm your yoga teacher. And yes, I need these lessons all the time. And I realized that I wasn't doing me or anybody else a good service. I was just feeling stressed, and I just had to let go and say no and take a hot bath and relax and watch a Christmas movie and let go. It's all okay, everybody. It's all okay. All right, wherever you are, I want you to press up, start part way so you get the spine back to neutral. Once you're there, you can slide your blocks back. Woo! Open your shoulders, release your blocks, straighten your legs. If you want to take them out nice and wide, go ahead and take them out wide. You can take them out straight in front of you. You can sit up on a blanket. I want you to grab your strap. And we're just going to open shoulders. So whatever's comfortable for your legs is there. So take the strap nice and wide. Take the arms up. Roll the shoulder blades back. Find your tight spot. Find your tight spot. And just pause. Try not to over grip the strap. And I don't know if you can notice it on yourself, but if your wrists are bent back, see if you can straighten the wrists. Just straighten the wrists. Almost a curl, right? Almost a curl of the wrists. Good, breathe. And if you're here and the upper body's doing fine, but the lower body's getting a little tired, maybe you bring the legs in a little bit more. And breathe. And if that tight spot is opened up, maybe you go a little bit further. Try not to bend the wrist back. Try to keep them neutral or slightly curled forward. Breathe, relax head, neck. Maybe you go a little further. Woo, find your tight spot, relax the fingers, curl the wrists. Big deep breath and let go. Nice job, everybody. Set your strap aside. You're going to come to table pose. If you would like to take a moment to put a blanket under your knees, go ahead and do that. So once you're in table pose, go ahead and do just a couple really slow cats and cows, really slow. Finding that spine, inhaling and exhaling. Good, couple more, inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more. And exhale, curl, curl, curl. And then find a neutral spine. Press your right leg straight back. I want you to lift the right leg and step it over your left. So it's kind of weird variation of banana pose, right? On our hands and knees, we're going to stretch this right side of our body. So start here. Maybe walk the right hand and then the left hand over to the left a little bit more. Just make sure you feel stable. And then look back at your foot. And feel that stretch along the right side of your body. Some of you are going to hang out here. The rest of you are going to take your hand to your left hand to your left hip. And you're going to open up the left shoulder, a little bit more balance work here. Breathe. Some of you are going to extend the left arm up. Ooh, that's it. Find your breath. Notice. If the left hand is up, let it come down. Walk the hands back to neutral. Lift your leg. Lift it up. Hold here. Squeeze the belly in. Squeeze the glute. That leg is straight out from the hip. Don't let it curl over. Breathe and lower it down. Left side. Press the left leg back. Find nice level hips. Lift the leg. Step it across the right leg. See if you can ground down through the ball mound of that foot. Lift up tall, hold here. You might just stay here and look back. You'll get a really sweet stretch. Otherwise, you're just going to walk the hands a little bit over to the right. So deeper stretch on the right side. Here's where balance gets a little tricky. Right hand to right hip. Opening up the shoulder or taking the arm up. Breathe. Belly tone. Smile. And release the hand. Walk those hands back to center. Lift the leg. Take it straight out from your hip. Bring the leg further over, Betty, to the, yeah. Breathe, tone in, tone in. Just engage that leg like crazy. And release it down. Nice job, everybody. And then from here, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Spread the fingers. Bring the weight toward the center of those hands, especially toward the thumb and index fingers. Open up your shoulders, pedal your feet. Simple pedal of your feet. Breathe. And the next time your right knee is bent, let it stay bent and let the left heel reach down. So either your right knee is bent, your right foot is on the floor, or you're going to take your right big toe and second toe and hook the back of your left heel. Just make sure you're not leaning your body weight forward over your shoulders and over your wrists. So big stretch for the back of that leg. Be mindful here, everyone. You got it. Keep drawing deeper into your downward facing dog. Make sure the arms aren't losing their power. Release that foot, switch sides. Bend your left knee. Maybe you're here, or you're gonna hook the back of your right heel with your big toe and second toe. Woo, big stretch. Usually, again, one side tighter than the other. The upper arms are getting a workout here, holding this down dog. Release. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower knees. And sit back, either hero pose or child's pose. Woo. Give those arms and wrists a little bit of a break. Let's breathe. And every time you take this pause, maybe you close your eyes and maybe you tap into your breath and you feel like, think of each one as giving yourself permission to restore. Right? We all know by now that if we just run around like crazy people, our bodies are going to get tireder and tireder and tireder, and we'll wonder why, you know, what's happening. So let's just take that time in this class on this day, just a few days away from Christmas or just the new year. Breathe. All right, that's enough though. We can't go crazy resting all the time. Let's come on back up. From table pose, step forward, right? Grab your blocks, place your hands under or on top of your blocks and pause in this nice long lunge. Again, protect the back knee if you need to, if it needs more cushion. So again, in Yin, these are called dragon poses. And you can hang out here for a pretty long time. So for now, I just want you to feel the back hip stretch. Shoulders are pretty even. Try not to overlean on the blocks, right? It's hard not to, but just try not to overweight it. Just try to keep the torso upright and doing some of the work through your core. Feel the back foot. Notice your breath. So 1, you're gonna stay here. 2, you're gonna lower the blocks just by 1. Come in a little bit deeper. Head is neutral, so try not to drop the head down to the floor. My version, if we have some Yin folks out there, it's my version. So please don't get upset if I'm not staying to the traditional Yin, okay? Good, 2, you're gonna stay here, or you're gonna take the right hand block to the inside of your foot. You're gonna allow the right knee to go out to the right. Find your breath. Watch the ankle here. Make sure you're not over torquing through the ankle. Yep, big stretches here. And then draw the right knee back up. Take the right side block back out. Slide your right leg back. And slide the right or left leg forward. Start with the blocks up nice and high. And here we are on this side. Open up the shoulders and just check it out, right? Again, Yin, what I like about Yin, and I tend to be more of a Yang kind of person. I like movement. But what I like about Yin is often I'll close my eyes and I'll just picture in my mind's eye where I'm feeling the stretch. And then of course I get nerdy and I go, oh, that's that muscle. Oh, that's that muscle. And then I try to come back to sensation and less mind chatter. But it's kind of interesting to me where I think I should feel the stretch versus where I do feel the stretch. All right, so 1, you're here. 2, you're gonna lower the blocks by 1. The shoulders stay open, the head stays neutral. We find our breath here. And notice how you're feeling, right? So if you came to practice this morning ready to rock and roll and you're bored, then embrace that. Embrace the boredom of it and go, wow, I'm really bored here. What can I do to stay present in this moment? Good. Finally, you're either going to stay here, you're going to come up, or you're going to take the left hand block, bring it to the inside of your left foot, allow the left knee, I know you can't see it if you're looking at your screen, allow the left knee to roll out to the left. Whoo. Feel those big stretches. Whoo, for that inner thigh, right hip, inner thigh, all that stuff going on. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Draw the knee back. Take the block back outside the foot. Slide the knee back. Take the knees slightly wider. Remove the blocks for a moment and just come to a puppy stretch. Just stretch it out. Big deep breath, everybody. Maybe shift the hips to the left. Feel the right side stretch a little more. Maybe shift the hips to the right and feel the left side stretch a little more. And then take it back to center, press back into your hands. We've got 1 more here. I want you to step forward with your right leg. Make sure you're not right on the kneecap, right of that back leg. Try to get above it toward the thigh more. And either I'm gonna give you tons of options. Either you're coming back to here, that's plenty enough stretch with the blocks up high, or you're gonna go low, or you're gonna take the blocks inside and contemplate dropping down to your elbows. Your right knee can either stay relatively straight up or can roll out to the side. Just again, tap in. So close the eyes. Where am I feeling the stretch? Where do I think I should be feeling the stretch? Is the sensation good? Or is it a sensation that's telling me it isn't appropriate for my body? Wherever you are, decide for you what is appropriate for your body. Big deep breath. And then whatever you have chosen, if you're down low, press up into your blocks. Bring the right knee back to neutral. Walk that right hand block out if it's in. Both hips reach back. Switch sides. Last one on this side. So again, pick your pose. Just notice. If it is within your range this morning, you can take both blocks to the inside. Drop down to your elbows. Play with the left knee. Do you like that foot more grounded, right? A little more stable. Do you want it out to the side? A little bit more of an inner groin stretch. These deeper poses, right, can create their own set of challenges as we explore kind of the outer edges of where we are in the pose. Breathe, everybody. If you are gripping your jaw or your hands, just soften that out. And then press into your hands. Draw the block back to the outside. Draw the foot back to the inside. Slide your left leg back to meet your right. And then come on down to puppy stretch. If you want, you can rest your hands on low blocks. It's going to do a little bit more shoulder opening. Breathe. Come on to table pose. Plant your hands, find downward facing dog. Holding this down dog momentarily, I want to give you an option here. Plant your right foot or stay with the right foot down. Bend your left knee. Lift the leg up, three-leg dog. This is not yin. Bend your left knee, open up the hip and find that opening. Once you open the hip, you'll notice you're probably leaning heavy to the right hand, right side. See if you can re-level the shoulders, even though that right or that left leg is up and open. And just feel that stretch all on that front belly. Release that side. Foot back to the floor. Once you're ready, bend the right leg, lift it straight up, three-leg dog, and then bend the knee, bring the heel to the opposite hip, open that knee out to the side, and then square the shoulders. Yep. Big deep breath. Come out the way you came in. Lower that foot. Take both feet wide on your mat and walk your hands back. Woo. Bend your knees, hands to knees, and come on up. Woo. And shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Grab your blocks. And take them in front of you. They can be on your mat. I'm just doing it in front of me so you can see, maybe. All you're gonna do is inhale, take it up. Exhale, forward fold. Your hands come to your blocks. Your elbows are bent. Your head's hanging. Feel the shoulders, maybe roll the shoulders a little and just soften them up, right? Oh, soft, soft, soft. And breathe. I'll turn sideways here because I'm going to run out of camera range. So from here, try to keep the weight toward the middle of your feet, right? Lift through the sit bones. The backs of the knees are soft. And I want you to bend the blocks and drop them in front of you to second level just by tilting them away from you a little bit. So they're coming all the way down to the floor for most of us. Yep. Bring the weight back to the middle of the feet, tone the belly, be mindful of your spine. Good long spine here, everybody. If you're okay here, I want you to tilt back away from you again so the blocks are back up high. And then move you're even further away. Your hands are even further away. Your feet are on the floor and even and centered, the sit bones. Maybe a little isometric motion of dragging the heels away from each other. We're almost done. And then one more, you're either going to just tilt the blocks away because I'm out of arm room. So I'm just going to tilt them away and get this deep, deep stretch. Some of you may still have room to drop them all the way to the floor. I don't know. I don't think so. Breathe, relax. And then drop them toward you closer. And then bring them one block length closer. Pause. And then tilt them back to that high level, wherever you are with your blocks. Don't worry about it. They're just getting closer and closer. And then press into the block so that you are halfway up. Good long spine here, head neutral, looking just barely toward the front of your mat. Bend both knees, everybody. So you're in a little baby squat. Take your hands to your knees and come on up to standing. Whew. Shake it out, roll it out, move your blocks out of the way. And then just come into a mountain pose. I'm always amazed when we do yin work, how much faster the time goes by. We still have a little bit of time, but it's like a little bit of stuff, but a lot longer and the time just flies. So start in an easy mountain pose. You're just here and breathe. Shake out the hands. Close the eyes and feel the four corners of your feet on the floor. Now, if closing your eyes makes you feel like you're going to lose your balance, please open them. The belly tones in, the chest lifts, the tailbone lengthens, and you are grounded in this present moment. And I want you for just a second here to come back to this concept with Mark Nepo, where he says that it's not about, the leaves. It's about clearing the leaves to find the path. And then knowing that the leaves are going to come back in one form or another, but you're going to be there sweeping those leaves, opening up the path, finding your life, your journey, your purpose. Right? It's just one layer at a time, one layer at a time. Good, open the eyes. Left leg standing, come to tree pose. You're either here and grounded, or you're somewhere up the leg, or you're near a wall. Remember that standing leg has to squeeze in. I want you to take your hands to your heart and find your balance. And breathe. Some of you are ready to open the arms. Maybe the thumb index finger touches. We close the bond here. And just feel the energy moving all through the body. Open up the chest, open up the shoulders. Breathe. Take the arms overhead. All this optional. Back to your heart. Release it down. Shake it out. All right, other side. Standing leg. Fired up. Turn the toes out. You know what to do. Find your pose on your side. If you're in and out of the pose, it makes no difference, right? We work where we are. Hands to heart, find your still spot. Just breathe. Either the hands stay at the heart or they open. Or they come together. Back to your heart. And let go. Shake it out. Come on back to your mat. Inhale, take it up. Exhale down. Step back to downwards facing dog. Shake it out, everybody. Lower your knees to the floor. You're either going to grab a block or your blanket or both, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of back bending and we're going to use the block as our guide. But for some people, the block is just a little too much. So either you're going to just use your blanket all by itself and that's going to be enough, or you're going to take your blanket over your block because we love ourselves and we don't need to have a corner of a block on our pubic bone. All right, so come on down. And remember, a blanket is perfect here, right? If the block is just a little too much. And you're going to lay over the blanket so that you feel your pubic bone very steady and your knees easily come back to the floor, okay? And then you're just going to come up to your elbows. So this is kind of a lazy Sphinx pose, right? It's before all the blocks got into place. Draw your pubic bone down to the bottom edge of that block. Just feel that length in your spine and pause. Your head is neutral again. So we're not dropping it down. We're not overlifting it. And then flip the toes under and just engage the legs a little bit. So straightening the knees, toes are flipped under. You should feel your feet relatively straight behind you. Tone the belly in and pause. Just hold right here. Nothing else to do. Easy, simple, probably fairly gentle back bend, okay? And then release the knees, the legs, and lower the head down to the floor. Just pause. So from here, you're either going to come back to what we just did, or you're going to take your hands on either side of your shoulders, drawing the shoulders away from the ears a little bit and the elbows towards side body, as if somebody were pulling your elbows back. You feel your hands isometrically drawing back as well. I want you to keep your head low, but pull into your hands and lift your chest. You'll keep your chin tucked for a minute. Draw the shoulders wide and open, and then lift the head. So here we are in a variation of Cobra Pose, right? In regular Cobra, without the block, I don't generally straighten my arms because then I'm doing all arm work and I'm muscling through it and it doesn't feel good on my low back. But here with the little trainer block, I can open up the shoulders wide, externally rotate the upper shoulders. The head, neck are comfortable and relaxed. Only if you want, I want you to flip your toes under, lift the knees. Pay attention to what's happening in your lower back. Make sure it doesn't feel yucky. Keep opening the chest. Breathe. And then lower the knees. Lower your body all the way back down. Whew. And release. That's it. Deep breath, everyone. And then feet to the floor. If you've been bending your knees like me, I've just been kind of bending and wonking you around with my lower legs. Feet to the floor, tops of the feet on the floor. Lift your knees off the floor and pause. And feel that. 1, you're coming back to Sphinx. 2, the hands are coming to either side of the shoulders. The elbows train back toward your hips. Pressing your hands, leave your head down, 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 and then let your neck and your head be an extension of your shoulders. So variation of upward facing dog. Press the feet into the floor, open up the shoulders. We are stretching that sweet belly, right? Breathe, everybody. No pain in the low back. None, 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 none. If there is, you're gonna lower it down till it isn't. Breathe. And here's the work. We're coming down slow. Keep the elbows heading back toward the back edge of your mat. Here we go for 5. 1. Keep pulling the hands back. 2, elbows in. 3, 4, and 5, all the way down. And once you're all the way down, you can leave your blanket there, but take your block out of the way. And come all the way to the floor. And breathe. What a nice morning to just chill out. Just chill out. All right. So feel the pubic bone get long toward the back edge of your mat. Come to Sphinx Pose. Almost done here. Pause, relax your head, your neck. One, you're here, legs are slightly active, tops of the feet to the floor. 2, you're gonna lower down, hands come to shoulder level, draw the elbows back. Imagine someone's pulling your hands back. Keep the head low, start to peel off the floor. Once you're as lifted as you can be, the head comes up, the shoulders come down. Yeah, right? The elbows draw into side body. Still okay, you're gonna lift off your blanket. Be careful here, everybody. Watch the low back. Breathe. Lower down, slow, 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 all the way down. And release, bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs. That's it. And release those legs. Grab your pillow if you have it and let it be for your head. You're going to leave your blanket in place. You're going to need your strap as well. If your blanket, now mine is pretty skinny, so that might throw my back off. So I'm just going to make it longer on my yoga mat so that it doesn't tilt my pelvis one way or the other. And then grab your strap if you have it. And there's two things you can do. So this one I've tried to do on Zoom before and it's confusing. So option one, you have one loop that you're gonna put through your legs. Don't do it just yet. And you're gonna tighten at your thighs so that when you straighten the legs don't go anywhere. Option two is you're gonna make your loop bigger. Oops. You're going to double your loop. So you're going to make a little figure eight. So you have two loops instead of one. You're going to swim your legs through the double loops. And one loop will go above the knees and one loop will go below the knees. It's crisscrossed at one point. So it kind of looks like that. And then if it's really loose, you can tighten it up. And then finally, if you have a couple of blocks, they can either go behind your knees or behind your thighs, okay? So this is as restorative as we can get without putting our legs up on the wall. If you have a wall and you wanna go legs up, go for it. It's an awesome thing to do. So once you're all strapped up, tied up, I want you to lay down on your pillow or an extra blanket or towel. So with the legs bound, you can completely relax out into the straps with no need to hold the legs at all. The blocks behind the knees or the thighs give a slight bend to the knees so that they don't have to work so hard and the lower back can relax. Your hips are even. You're on a nice soft blanket. You've got a pillow. We're all set for a nap, right? But here again, we're just giving ourselves permission to love ourselves, to take a moment, to get comfortable. Sometimes we take care of others so much that we sacrifice these moments when we can take care of ourselves. And it is something I come back to often because I'm usually not paying as much attention to what I need until I just get tired. And I'm like, okay, here we go again. There's the lesson, there's the layer. There is the path being revealed to me again. And so we just come here. Your arms can be out at your sides or they can be resting on your lower belly. And as we soften into this Shavasana, I want you to send yourself some compassion and some love. And I want you to know that you are worthy just by being who you are. And feel your whole body soften down. Allow your breath to be natural as it nourishes your body. And then to yourself, I want you to say one phrase. And that phrase is, may I be happy. May I be happy. And then may you be happy. Repeating that phrase, maybe you have someone in mind or a group of people in mind. Maybe it is your family or your coworkers or your friends. May you be happy. And then may they be happy. Acquaintances, grocery store clerks, the post office delivery person, strangers, may they be happy. And then may everyone be happy. And then finally, may I be at peace. May I be at peace. May you be at peace. May they be at peace. May they be at peace. And may everyone, truly everyone, be at peace. May everyone be happy. May everyone be at peace. And let that short metta prayer sink into your bones and sink into your cells and your muscles. For those of you ready, this is just such a sweet way to be. If you want to stay, just let my voice be background noise and stay. If you're ready, go ahead and bend the knees and release the strap from your legs. Curl your knees into your chest and just rock a little side to side. Roll the knees over to one side, curling over to fetal pose. And then press all the way up. Find your seated pose. Bring your hands to your heart. And as we continue this journey, may light bring this path a little clearer. Happy holidays, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all so much. Let me scoot.